Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam. Cooler and I'm flyer.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the show that's cool and fly to A1 Forever Sports. I am Chris Tipmore, your host of this illustrious A1 Forever Sports panel. And I just want to introduce to you guys, first of all, Antoine Smitty Smith. You guys should already know him. He's Smitty 10K coming on to talk he normally talks some Falcons, but definitely versatile and coming on to talk some Atlanta Hawks today. And we also have the editor of Peachtree Hoops, Mr. Joe Hoops himself, Joe Smith, coming to join us today, man. Talk some Atlanta Hawks, talk some rumors. Look at all these rumors, surrounding the Atlanta Hawks every day. Another day, another rumor. Another day, another Hawks rumor, man. So we're in here, 8 o'clock, man. Thank you guys for joining us in this conversation that we're about to have about the Atlanta Hawks. And shout out to each and every one of you guys, fellas, and thank you guys for coming on. How you feeling? I want to start with Joe.
I'm doing well. I mean, playoff basketball on, been some good games. Can't beat it.
True. What about you, Smitty? How you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good, man. Ready to discuss these rumors because Atlanta hot right about now. If it ain't the Falcons, it's definitely the Hawks in that number one pick. And we're going to get into that a little bit.
Indeed, man. Just elaborating on what Smitty's talking about. Let's get some rumors around here surrounding that number one pick and one Bronny James as well. And Bleacher Report had some interesting comments about possibly Bronny James odds going up to be possibly the number one pick. And that's crazy to me because I've said it on Twitter, I've said it on the social media period, and I'll say it right here on live. The Atlanta Hawks better not do that. That's just my personal opinion. They better not do that. Because it's just, I understand what they're saying about, oh, yeah, you can get LeBron and all that stuff like that, man. Let's think about the future and move toward the future and not be stuck in this whole thing of trying to get a superstar player down here, even if it's just for a season. I think they should not draft Bronny number one overall. Whether if he's a sleeper later on in the draft, we'll later on and see. But number one, absolutely not. What you guys feeling?
Number one is just crazy. I mean, I understand. Take LeBron away, and if you said he would be the number one pick, you lose your job for certain. But it's too much of a risk just to have LeBron when he's 40 years old. You got to go get the best player. I don't think it's worth going to get Bronny just at the chance that you might get LeBron.
Indeed. Coming to the stage and joining us is We Hawks TV. Our boy Damon joining us today for this Atlanta Hawks conversation. So we indeed now have a full panel here. Atlanta Hawks fans right here talking about Atlanta Hawks sports, man. This is beautiful. Damon, how you feeling?
What's good, everybody, man? My bad I'm late, man. My PC.
Hey, man, seem like you doing what I need to be doing.
No, man, I tried to log on to Twitter, and it wouldn't let me log on for some reason for my PC. So I was messing around with my connection, man.
Gotcha. Indeed. Yeah, man. Smitty, real quick while we give Damon a second, I send to finish up a little something over there. How you feeling about this Bronny James rumor, man? Possibly the Atlanta Hawks maybe thinking about him, or his odds, his chances just going up is just crazy. And talk about it a little bit,
before I start, man. Damon did not come over here eating because I'm already hungry, my brother.
See what I'm saying? There we go.
But
my bad,
Bronny, I'm just messing with you. Bronny to Atlanta, man, is just nonsense. And I wouldn't even care about getting LeBron for a year, man, just to sell tickets. Because at the end of the day, that's what it would be about. We already have Trae Young rumors floating around, so why even start with this? But number one, as I said, and I told y'all, man, is either Alex Sarr or Reichner or nothing. If you can't get either one of those players, trade the pick. And you better be able to get somebody here that can make an instant impact. If not, waste time. But Bronny, no way.
And I'll add to that. The Bronny rumors are they're going wild, obviously, because his name's attached to LeBron. Some people say he's going undrafted. Some people will say he's being the number one pick. At some point, you got to question, do they have base behind what they're saying, or are they just saying it?
Right. Indeed. Demond,
They
how
just
you
need a
feeling about
story.
it? Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right? It
yeah.
seems like you just need a
It's a big
story. You
name.
got to
It'll get
meet
you
your
clicks.
quota almost. It's almost feel
Right.
like you got to just meet a
Brent
quota,
Duke.
man. Demond, I kind of already know what you feeling about this. I really do. But just for the people, man, just to stamp it real quick, man. How you feeling about Bronny number one?
No, like what we talking about here, man? You know what I'm saying? Like I be reading that stuff, and I really sit. I be like, are they serious? Because guess what? Even if you did, that still doesn't guarantee that LeBron gonna come here. And guess what else? LeBron about to be 40. Like, are we serious right now? Like, man, like some of these people, they be crazy. But I don't know if you saw, but Kendra Perkins was talking to what show was that? I don't know if I can't remember the show, but he was just like, why are y'all pushing this Bronny narrative? And I was thinking to myself, with the media doing that, it's unfair to Bronny.
It is.
It's unfair. Like it's not like he's saying anything. He don't say nothing. It's up. No, I don't want to play with my dad. Blah blah blah. But the media keep pushing this narrative. One, no competent GM even gonna think about doing that. And number two, it would just be awful if somebody took a flyer and did that. Which I know it ain't even gonna be the Hawks. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna be in Fulton County Jail if we did that,
bro. Listen,
and you'll be paying for a new TV.
Yeah,
man. Listen, it was a guy I seen on Instagram. He was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna have to fight the entire front office if that happens." And I had this comment, and I said, "Sir, you will not be alone in that fight. You will not." Absolutely, not, man. It's absolutely crazy. And Bron can actually veto that as well.
I think he'll probably go undrafted. But I think he'll get picked up by G League. I think he'll get picked up playing the Summer League, G League immediately.
I think so too. I agree with that.
He can be the face of the G League pretty much.
I could see maybe a late first because those contenders, at the end of the day, those contenders with that tax, those tax penalties kicking in, they probably looking at any type of cheap talent. Now, can you take if you're a contender, you really don't need nothing, but you can take a gamble late first, early second, and say, you know what? Because how many late first and second round picks fall off the map anyway?
Paying out. Right.
I mean, you could take a flyer now. You got to be a contender, like not the Hawks, but like a contender. And guess what?
One of these playoff teams that's rocking right now.
Worst that can happen, a late first or second round pick don't develop, but maybe he developing or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe LeBron does show up. I mean, you never know with a late first. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Yeah, at that point, you're just looking for role players.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what he fits in.
On cheap money, yeah.
Right.
And then you gotta look at it. Bron can also say, "Hey, look, if the Atlanta Hawks choose my son, I don't want my son playing for that organization." And Bron is not going to come here, and neither will Bron. And then it's just like, okay, now what you're gonna do? So it's just like you don't want to put yourself in a crazy situation. You really just need to make
it's that Deion Sanders effect at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I mean, I ain't mad at him. If my son come up,
I ain't mad at him at all.
You think I'm gonna let my son get taken? I'm gonna be just like Bron, just like Prime.
Hey, I understand. I totally understand. I get it, man. It's not like it hasn't happened in history before, man. But the Hawks probably just need to just make it easy and just go get Sar. And if you don't feel like Sar can play the 5 full time, then maybe you need to start looking at other players. I know Ricochet, I know he's out there. We've been linked to Clegan as well. Now, Clegan, I know he's nothing like Sar, but at least he has some, I don't want to say that word because I already be hearing y'all all the time with the pause. So I'm going to say he has the right size. He has the right size for a big man to be able to not get pushed around by a Joker or a Gobert or anything like that. And he has similar traits to Gobert and measurements to Gobert as well. So
Facts.
you wouldn't have to worry about that. But you definitely got to look at Sarr, I believe, like being like one of the top options just because of his athleticism and what he could possibly do with Trey Young, y'all. That's a crazy prospect right there. And Trey has never had an athlete like a Sarr. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like we've all seen that. As far as like the prospect that you guys just like individually, it doesn't matter in any particular order. But as far as prospects, who you guys liking if you had to choose like a top three? I'm gonna start with Mr. Smitty, and then we're gonna go around.
My top three, as you know, Alex Sarr is number one on my board, and for the reason I've already stated, we need a big man. Every point guard needs a big man, and I say that religiously. Zachary Reicher, I think he would be number two. You talking about a Luka Doncic type forward, guy that can score points, shoot threes, solid defender, and with his catch and shoot game, I think he would be a great fit. A sleeper that I would be looking at is Cody Williams from Colorado. You talk about a damn versatile wing, high energy guy. He can play the two up to the four. He would be another guy. So those would be my top three prospects.
Okay. What you got for me, Joe? And by the way, I like Ricochet better on defense too. By the way, just want to throw that in too. But Joe, what you got, man?
I think it depends. I mean, what do you want? Because when you kind of get a prototypical, well, you would assume would be a prototypical 3-and-D wing, which obviously they've tried to put around Trey for a while now. But with Sarr, I mean, if you get Sarr, I think he's good, and I think he had 12 blocks across 2 games against the Ignite, which I didn't get to watch him in the NBL. I don't know if a lot of people did. They were talking about him, but I didn't get to watch him there. But I got to watch him in the Ignite. He looked really good, and I don't know how fast. You kind of have to temper your expectations because they have Okongwu, they have Capella. You would think they draft Sarr, they would get rid of Capella because I mean, obviously he's the oldest guy.
Right.
But
and that
there's
contract
a lot that goes into it because they have a problem at center, and I guess that technically solves your problem. And he's obviously more versatile than anybody they have on the roster. I mean, he can be like Okongwu, but a few inches taller, longer arms. So, I mean, watching him, I think that's who I would want. But I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot they have to figure out.
Right. Indeed. What about you, Damon?
I'm Team Sarr, baby, with the double R. Hey, get him. I don't want nobody. This just my personal opinion. I don't want nobody else. I want Sarr. Trey, Sarr, pick and roll. You got Jalen Johnson to kick it out to. Sarr can, bro. Let me tell you something. Did y'all see when they played the Ignite? Did you see that 7'1" guy lock up Ron Holland on the perimeter?
Yep.
Yes.
Lock them down. That's your start. That's your starting what? 4 or 5. You can you can put it, man. Oh my bro. Sarr
anywhere in the front court.
Hey,
you can run it.
Jalen Johnson 6'9". Mo Gay. I don't know how tall he is now. He's still growing.
6'10" and a half.
I think he's like 6'10" right now.
Yeah.
Sarr.
He's a sleeper too, by the way. Mo Gay. Just want to put that out there.
He can handle the Moji can handle the ball. Sarr can handle the ball. Bro, Sarr did an interview. The man said he's trying to model his game after Giannis. Like, I don't even understand how Hawks fans we should be banging on the door. Draft this guy. That sets you right there at your 4 or 5, depending on what style of ball you want to play for the next decade.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you that gives us our have people. I'm not gonna say it, but this is what people have been saying. They're gonna give us our Wimby light. Okay, I think the dude can do everything. Now, I know he played in the NBL. But guess what? He been in Atlanta for the past 2 years playing playing
with the Ignite.
The elite.
Not the Ignite,
the
overtime elite.
Yeah, overtime elite.
Overtime elite.
Yeah.
Come, bro, he been here, so he been playing against pros. Now he may not been playing against LeBron James.
Oh, trust me,
Right.
they had some off season fun. Trust me, they've been playing
Mhm.
together. He's been getting himself ready against
Yeah,
pros.
and,
We
and,
might not know it, but
and
Oh
what
trust
yeah.
me, he have.
and what I'm noticing, I'm starting to see a lot of flack coming from this media, man, trying to
They just
download.
want the Hawks to mess up this pick, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it is. They really want to dictate the narrative and really just have us just do something so stupid. It's just going to keep us down because that's what they want. I don't know what it is about Atlanta, what it is in the aura about Atlanta, and they just enjoy it to keep us down. But they're going to
yeah,
have to deal with it, man. We on the rise little by little. If you look
yeah.
at it from 2020, 2021 on up, we little by little been up on the rise.
A1, I'm telling you, like I put on Twitter, the day they say sorry name, I'm ordering the jersey and a hat.
You're right.
I'm getting it.
He's definitely the number one prospect. I definitely feel like
Now,
he's the number one prospect, guy.
let me add this, because I know people gonna get on me if I don't say this.
Okay.
I'm not saying he need to come out here and be the number one option. I'm not saying he need to come out here as a rookie and give me 25. No, but he fits what we need right now, and he could get better playing with a Trey Young.
Indeed.
Facts.
Come on,
Indeed.
think about a pick and
One of the
roll with
best
him and Jalen
facilitators.
Johnson. Who guarding that? 'Cause
Nobody.
Jalen
That'll
can't
be-
hit the ball.
Trey wouldn't even have to do so much. You wouldn't have to put like a heavy load on Trey. You can just make it easy. You surround him with athletes, something that we haven't done since he's been here. I mean, regardless.
Go.
I mean,
There you
people
go.
talk about the shot selection, and I understand. People talk about, decision making. I definitely understand.
There
But at the
you
end of the
go.
day, you haven't maximized this man's talent either.
Yeah.
And
Now,
you gotta
don't
be
get me
in the
wrong.
front office for that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the other guys are not good picks for the Hawks. What I'm saying is
Indeed.
I believe that Sarr can help us immediately. We
Mhm.
draft the other French forward kid, the Zach kid. Okay,
Yeah.
where is he going to play? Who's losing minutes? Sarr fits what we're doing.
That's a
We
great
already
question.
shopping Capella. Gonna get him out of
Man,
here.
that's a great question.
Honestly, I feel like if you end up taking Zachary, or say, if you end up taking him, and I feel like that means that Trey is not going to be here. That kind of what
No,
it indicates for me.
I think it the other way around. I think it's DJ who wouldn't be here because he's not a natural two guard. You draft
Indeed.
Zach, man. I think because you got DeAndre Hunter at 3 already. He's going to be here.
But Hunter coming off the bench now.
And so what I'm trying to figure out too, if you take Zachary too, you got to think about it. All right, so for me, it's a big man is what we need, period, in this draft. So if you do take him, who's playing the big man? You going with Capella and Double O again?
Again,
That's what I'm
rinse
saying.
and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
And that's what I'm saying. You got Ricochet. Yeah, he can play the 3, the 2, possibly the 4, depending on how the lineup goes. But where is your big man? You still rolling out there with Capella, and you're gonna have JJ, Ricochet, DJ, and probably V.
You could run, not run, my bad. I was about to say this. If you go look up any NBA draft analyst, when they analyze Sarr, they always say he's an elite defensive guy. That's what we need. A 7-footer, 37-inch vertical rim protector. Like, it's sitting right there for the taking. And then we can work on the offense. You saw Quinn Snyder. DJ had a career year. Hunter had a career year offensively with Snyder.
Off the bench.
And the big man, Sarr, he can already shoot the ball, right? So you ain't got to worry about no mechanics with him. Nothing. Some polishing up. I mean, like well, if we don't take, I'm gonna be so angry, man. We don't take, so I'm gonna be so mad, bro.
Understandable. Definitely understandable. Let me switch gears a little bit, man. Let me switch gears a little bit, and I want to start with this topic of conversation with Mr. Joe Schmidt, our special guest, if he so will. This one right here is, we've been seeing so many rumors, y'all, talking about the rumors again, and we're back around again to a friend of Trey Young, Mr. Donovan Spider Mitchell. Now, starting with Joe, should the Hawks pursue Donovan Mitchell?
I'll preface this by saying a couple things.
Go
One,
ahead.
I'll start with one. I was born in Atlanta, but I grew up in Louisville. So I watched him play in college, watched him growing up. I love him. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA. With
Gotcha.
that being said, if you ditch two guards to go out and run two guards again, that just doesn't make any sense. And at the same time, what are you going to give the Cavaliers? Like
Right.
their problems are different, but they're kind of the same. They got Garland. Well, all the rumors of Garland and Mitchell being broken up, Trey and DeJounte being broken up. It just doesn't really make sense. Even though Donovan, he's great. He's a playoff riser. You can't deny he's an incredible player. But just with the situation the Hawks are in right now, I don't know if it makes sense unless you get rid of Trey and DeJounte.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
But Clint Capella on his last year, man, and they having problems with Jared Allen. They're gonna be a swap right there too. So we'll see just how that play out, man. But that could be another swap. Defensively, that makes sense for the Hawks. But offensively, there's both of those guys, man, they're small dudes. Who gonna be the one guarding in the backcourt? You got Mitchell and Trey in the same backcourt.
Bro, I'm telling you. And Mitchell and DJ had similar overalls when it comes to like players scoring against them, and it was 47.1%. Thing about it is DJ played at roughly a 20 plus more games than Mitchell did, so it's a give or take that Mitchell's performance wouldn't have been as good as DJ's. I just feel like you don't get better, and when you on the defensive end, if you go and get Donovan Mitchell. I'm just trying to figure out, is Donovan Mitchell going to be able to come in and provide 100 steals in back-to-back seasons, similar to how DJ just did? So, I mean, it's not just offense for me. I'm thinking about the defensive end because you got to stop some freaking body. So, I mean, for me, I don't think we get any better with Donovan for me. Offensively, possibly. And I like Spider as well. I've liked him ever since Utah. Especially when him and Jamal Murray was having that battle back in the bubble. My goodness, it was crazy. But
yeah, and with Trae Young sitting down with the Hawks right now to discuss his future, if we do get a Donovan Mitchell, 9 times out of 10 he gone. I think it's going to be a 3-team trade, and maybe he goes to one of the LA teams, and Mitchell comes here, and we probably send out Clint Capella or DeAndre Hunter if anybody will take that contract and some first round picks. But I think that Trey is definitely gone if Donovan comes here.
I'm glad you said something about it. Speaking of that Trae Young trade, and Joe, just because I know you're closer to the team, closer, more in depth with it, do you think that's more rival execs, or do you think it's really some smoke behind that Trae Young trade rumor, should I say?
I wish I knew. To me, honestly, I think what he said in his exit interview is kind of everything. It's, I want to win. If that's here, great. I don't think he'll have a problem with it if they feel like the Hawks are going to put a good team together to win next year. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think he's at the point where, if they're not going to win, I think he's at the point where I think he would prefer to win in Atlanta. That's just personal. I don't have any sources on that. But at the same time, everybody has to be on the same page, front office, coaches, everything.
Right, indeed, man. As far as me on the Trae Young rumor, I feel like it just doesn't make any sense. I could be crazy about that, but I just feel like it doesn't make any sense. You're going to give up 25 and 10, and my thing is nobody is really going to try to give you the value of that. If we've just seen how players been getting switched around. Just think about just Kevin Durant, for example. Now, I know Trey's no Kevin Durant, but we're just talking about just the value here of a player of that caliber. All those draft picks, all the players and everything that you got to give up to get a player like that. Look at the Phoenix Suns. They're looking terrible right now so far as the salary cap goes, and they have no pieces, So I'm just saying, like, no one's going to try to give you the value. We need a haul if you're going to trade Trae Young. 25 and 10, you're going to have like 2 or 3. You're going to have at least 2 players to try to make up for that. We're just talking about just his numbers. We're not talking about decision making, shot selection, none of that. Just strictly just sticking to the numbers. 25 and 10, that's tough to try to replace, and you're not going to get equal value. That's just my opinion.
Nope. You're not gonna get equal value. I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, they're not trading Trae Young. You know how I know? Tony Russell love money too much.
Yep.
He love money too much.
That's his
Trae
big
Young,
ticket.
if Trae Young ain't nothing, he the cash cow of Tony Wrestler. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. People know I like DJ. I like DJ. But guess what? We won 36 games. People only came to see Trae Young. Let's be real here.
I'm in Atlanta, and people want to see Trae. People love DJ, but at the end of the day, people come into the arena, stay farm.
Hey, Demond, you've been around long as I have, fan as long as I have. Superstar that we can think of before Trae Young go all the way back to Dominique Wilkins. That's the last time we had a guy that was even on the mainstream.
Right. Close. I mean, he a cash cow. Come on, watch this. Just like Smitty said, we've been fans long time. I couldn't remember the last time we had a Christmas Day game before Trae Young got here. I can't even remember. He's the reason the Hawks, because I stay in Texas. He's the reason. Once again, if he don't do nothing, when I go down to San Antonio, I see them 11 jerseys in there. Like every year, I see more and more Trae Young jerseys in there. If he ain't nothing, like I said, he a cash cow. Now sometimes you got to get down to business of basketball on the court. And that's why sometimes you'll hear me say stuff like, I don't want my front office people having relationships, best friend relationships with the players, because sometimes you're gonna have to make hard decisions from what you see on the court when you got to be honest with yourself, right? Same thing. My favorite general manager of all time, Jerry Krause. Guess what? He told the GOAT to me, Michael Jordan. He told Michael Jordan, be quiet. I build a team, you don't.
You build a team, you don't.
Think about, let's be honest here. People sit here, they'll tell you all day, oh, Murray this, Murray that. And you know what I tell them? Who wanted that guy here? That's what happens when you listen to players. The GM should really only need to be talking to the scouts, the coach. Coach tell him what he need. He go get the players that he can, depending on the salary. Right?
Yep.
So, I mean, man, listen, man. Bruh, hard decisions got to be made. I could make you a case for both of them now. Think about it. Donovan Mitchell. Why would I want to run 2-6-1 guards? What is Mitchell? 6'2" at best? Why would I want to run that? Look at your team.
Yeah, like 6'1", 6'2".
He's 6'2" with Skechers on.
and what Trae really with shoes on, about 6 foot 6'1" himself. So it's just
that, because
you don't want to run that small backcourt.
5'11".
When they come to San Antonio, I'm right there on the court. I'm like, bro, this dude, he about, and I'm 5'9", and I'm like, bro, we look like we about the same height. But Donovan Mitchell and a Murray, 6'5", but no, that's still good because Mitchell's not a point guard.
Nope, he's too good.
Yeah, he's a two guard.
So you'll be straight. You could just swap. So you'll put Murray on the 2 guard, and Donovan will guard the point guard. If anything, at least you got the length. You can't have 2 small guards in the backcourt. But then I could say, you know what? You could trade. What's the man name? You could trade Murray, but you got to hit on that trade though. You got to hit. Who you gonna trade him for? Is Brandon Ingram the guy? Then what's the residual?
That would be my guy.
What's the residuals for getting him? Because guess what? He has 1 year left on the deal. You trade for this guy, you have to re-sign him. You have no choice.
Yep. Oh, factual.
Guess what his salary start off next year? The extension starting off at 40 plus. Is Tony Russell ready to make that type of commitment?
It's true.
See, his residuals are just going to get a Brandon Ingram. to get off Murray. But and my last point is this: my boy told me this. Landry and Quinn don't feel that our defensive issues was the back court, it was the front court. Is that true? That's what he just told me? He not 100% reliable, so take it with a grain of salt. Okay, take it with a grain of salt.
But he right about it at a certain point, because like I said in the beginning, we got to have that big man to go along with JJ and Dre Hunter and Bogey and all those guys.
So
see, we talk about the defense all the time, but the defense start with protecting the rim and rebounding. And if it don't start there, where do it start?
This offseason right here, it's gonna show us his Tony Wrestler trying to win, or he just trying to get us to win just enough games to swag surf. Okay, we gonna
bro, and they do that no matter what in the world.
Yeah, they be swag. So we be
man, bro. We can be down by 30. They
bro,
still go, man. I got that
swag, and they swag surfing. I'm like,
bro, I be sitting down. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm at the game, if I'm in attendance, I promise you, if we're down, I don't swag surf because we have nothing to swag or surf about. I'm sorry, that goes into what you were saying about
swag surf toward the exit. That's what I'm doing.
We're gonna see if he gonna make a
I want to jump in to that point on the front court. I mean, the back court, obviously, you don't have anybody to put on an opposing guard. But if you look at the Mavs, they have Lively and Gafford, and they have Luka and Kyrie. That's not a great defensive backcourt. But Lively and Gafford clean up when they get driven by.
Hey.
So that's kind of what you're looking for in Sarr.
Sarr help you there. I'm just saying, I know I'm getting loud, man, but man.
And I swear for God, man.
I'm not going to say the backcourt wasn't the problem defensively.
No. I'm just saying that's what my boy told me, that the word was from Landry and Quinn. But like I said, take it with a grain of salt. They
had Sadiq Bey at the 4. It's not good.
No, I like Sadiq, but like you said, at that 4. And I like Sadiq when he drives to the basket more so than when he shoots. That's just me personally. I know people may think I made crazy. But I like him when he drives.
Hopefully, he can find a balance.
You keeping him?
Am I keeping him?
Yeah, he free agent. He restricted free agent.
Yeah.
You keeping him?
Yeah. See now that it all depends on what my offseason moves is and who I draft. Because like I said, if he can come back on a nice little cheap deal, I believe you can possibly bring him off the bench. I don't want to see him starting, and I don't want to see him at the 4, and I want to see him driving to the basket. So. I know he just had that ACL, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he just had the ACL. So definitely want to see if he can even come back and really get that push off and that lift like how he was before the injury. So it's gonna definitely determine all that. If he can show that he can do those things, then yes. But I wouldn't just go out and just say, "Oh, come on back," just because if somebody else wants to go take that risk on him before the Atlanta Hawks, so be it.
Facts.
I'm with you. I mean, I'll let him go. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll let him go. I mean, we only used 5 seconds to get him. He served his purpose.
Bro, that was crazy. 5 second-round picks. Joe, what did you thought about that 5 second-round picks? Do you feel like that was even that was worthy of Sadiq Bey's performance and production? Oh, can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, muted.
I got you. So now I would say no, but it's not entirely his fault. I mean, he wasn't placed in the best position to succeed for those 5 second-round picks. And at the time, you just want shooting, which, I mean, he is. Well, he, up until this season when things kind of got – I mean, they threw him at the 4. He was driving more. I guess things kind of – he wasn't comfortable. But up until then, he was a sniper. So the thought process kind of makes sense. But when you look at it now, especially with the injury, I mean, I guess it's – relatively unpredictable, but it doesn't look good now, that's for sure.
Yeah, but think about how many of those second-round picks are actually going to pan out in the NBA. That's what they're looking at the end of the day.
The potential for it to be really good, which it still could be. The injury was unfortunate. If he was just able, if they had front court depth, he probably would not look as bad at times.
Yeah.
And I would imagine this would be the worst season of his career.
Hey, I'm gonna say something crazy, man. It's gonna sound messed up, but
Hey, but
Thank,
I don't respect nothing less.
I'm trying to tell you, just keep it
hey,
real with
thank
me.
God he didn't sign that extension, man. Thank you,
Man, listen,
Jesus. Woo, we
listen.
dodged one right, bro. We be stuck with about 20 million because he was looking for 20 million. We
Yeah.
offered him, I think we offered him the same, something close to what Onyeka got, like the 16, 15, 16 range. He said
I
no.
think it
Thank
was
you,
15.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Thank
15.
you. I'm glad he turned that down. That I know it's messed up, man. I know, but my owner cheat, man. So I gotta pick. I'm
Yeah,
pitching pennies over here, man.
indeed. That's why I pulled this up right here because it actually kind of leads us right into the next segment of our show real quick, man. As our brother Sean, let's get it GA, man, and make sure you check him out on YouTube. I know you don't like when I say that, Sean, but damn it, you got a page. So man,
Hey,
y'all
he
check
our
out
brother,
my brother.
man. He gonna get
Yeah, yeah.
we gonna show love on this page,
Yeah,
man, all
man,
the
it's
time.
gonna happen, brother. If you got any pages or anything like that we know about, hey, we definitely gonna shout you out. That's what we do over here. But at the end of the day, like he just saying, Tony Wrestler has to be willing to tap into that luxury tax. He's got to be willing to spend the money. And I want to know, just checking the PSI levels, man, just checking that pressure. What is the level of pressure for this front office to succeed to get this right? I'm gonna start with we're gonna start with Damon and come on around.
I mean, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. Listen, Tony Wrestler only care about making money, bro. He only gonna try to please Trae Young just to keep him here to make money. He has owned a team for almost a decade, if I'm not mistaken. He's had two teams that go to the conference finals, and he never added nothing of significance to improve that team. So in my head, right now, he hasn't shown me he don't care. Because guess what? I know people. I know I'm guilty. I know I'm a hypocrite, but I know I'm the one. I'm gonna still keep watching these dudes. I can't help myself. Okay, but we gotta hit him in the pockets where it hurt, man. If Trae Young, right, this what I think gonna happen. They're gonna tell Trae, okay, we're gonna try to do something. But remember, I can't find the report. I got to go back and look. But remember, the report came out in January when they was shopping Murray, and the report was put out. I got to go find it. It said the Hawks was not trying to take back salary when they was trying to move Murray.
Wow.
So in my head, I was like, is this dude really trying to set up to get below the tax for next season? You feel me? So that's where my mind is at with him. I'm hoping he respects Trae Young a little bit to say, you know what, let me give you a legit shot. Luka Doncic has played with 2 All-NBA players already.
Yes, he has.
Active All-NBA, not somebody who made All-NBA 10 years ago like Vince Carter. Active All-NBA talent. He's played with
NBA champion right now.
Yeah, and he played with that champion.
Yep.
We putting, no offense, you got Murray. You got who else? I don't even think we put an active all-star, like a current all-star beside Trae Young. Ever. Let me think real quick. Have we? Somebody who recently had made the all-star game, not counting
No, nobody but Vince, but he long gone. So
long gone.
Yeah, he was out of here by then.
I mean, the last time we really just dominated the all-star game, of course, was 2016. That's 60-win team. By the way, that 60-win team had to continue to win to even start really selling out the arena like that too, by the way. Going back to the cash cow comment from Damon earlier about Trae Young.
Yeah, so hopefully Tony Russell say, you know what, Trae, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do this run for you. We're going to draft this guy, Sar. We're going to try to trade Murray maybe for a BI and something. I don't know, but he got to do something. And like I said, if Trae leave, if he has to trade, I ain't even going to be mad. I don't even blame him.
It's gonna be 1994 all over again.
Yeah, well, at least they'll start giving. Back in the day, they gave out free tickets to the Hawks.
Yep, they did. They sure did. I got a free
ticket. Tell me something, man. I'm about to say, Joe, tell me something, man. What's the pressure levels, man? In your honest opinion, man. Like I said, I know you just a little bit closer to the team than we are, man. Just you've covered some things, you've seen some things you couldn't believe. I'm pretty sure, just like we all have. So. Just like what is the pressure on the front office, man?
I mean, in my opinion, you have to get better. You cannot go back out and go into the play-in again
Facts.
Right.
And whether that, I don't know where the repercussions will come from, but if they land in the play-in one more time, I don't think anybody on the team is going to be happy. And so I don't even want to know what that would look like. But this offseason, I think, is huge. You have to go. You have to go at least try to get better. Do something that at least looks good now. You can say, all right, we tried. But whether you tried or not, you landed the play-in again. Man, I don't know. I don't want to know what's going to happen.
I'm trying to tell you, that'd be ugly. Ooh, that'd be so ugly, y'all. Going to the play-in where they already call it the Atlanta Hawks Invitational. Come on now, we don't need no more of that, man.
They also need to stay healthy.
Yep. Oh, we also got to stay healthy. We got to admit that too. The Hawks haven't been the most healthiest team really since 2021. We already know a lot of our troubles is personnel since 2021. You know, just want to throw that out there as well too, man. I think real quick for me, as far as the front office and the pressure, I'm glad the pressure is on them, because I'm glad the microscope is on them, is on the Atlanta Hawks right now, because we have to make the right moves. And we're going to see if we have the right people in ownership, in the front office, all that stuff. You know, you got little moves that was made. You got to bring in an assistant GM, which kind of like that doesn't make me feel confident, but it's happened. So make it work. And honestly, again, this is an opportunity to see what strategy these Atlanta Hawks are going to be able to climb out of this hole that they've dug us into. That's more than anything. I am so happy about that, because ain't nowhere to run, ain't nowhere to hide. You either gonna spend the money, you don't. You either gonna be a laughing stock, or you're gonna start building towards being a champion.
He keeps sending Steve Koonin over the 92-90 game, saying the same stuff every year. We gonna spend the money if we think man, stop it. What's the saying? Don't what is it? Don't talk about it, be about it.
Be about it. Yeah.
I don't trust it. I'll be listening to We Don't Trust You on that one, boy.
Yeah,
I don't, because it's like you said, and Joe Smitty, I'm pretty sure you guys we've all heard it on 92.9 The Game. They bring Steve on. By the way, Steve Koonin, very nice guy. I have personally met him, shook his hand. Wonderful, nice guy. Really, really nice. You know what I'm saying? Well-spoken guy. At the end of the day, we already know that those are company responses. We already know they said running him out there like, we'll do this, we'll do that. And it's just, it hasn't been shown. Like, you get me with it once, okay, you get me with it twice. You're not going to get me with it the third time just because I love the team. I need to see something.
Watch this, A1. Watch this. This how crazy the Hawks are, man. Watch this. Name me another team in any sport that they send their TV guy to talk basketball with the flagship radio station. Name any team in any sport. Name it. Why is the TV guy talking basketball operations? That's like the Falcons sending Don Archer, Dave Archer.
Dave Archer.
Yeah, that's right. They sent a Dave Archer to talk the business side of the Falcons, not the player side like he was, but the business.
Right. Business side.
Like, you don't work that. We got the TV. That's the TV guy. Y'all know that, right? Check. That's the T. He's in charge of TV.
Mm-hmm.
Talking basketball up. Where's my GM at?
Right. Shoot, where's my owner?
Head coach?
Where's the head coach? We don't even get an assistant coach.
Whatever happened to the they don't do like the coaches Sunday, the coaches talk show and stuff. They don't do that.
No.
Demond, I'm gonna tell you, just like I told Chris, go find Danny Ferry. That's what you need to do.
Oh yeah. And do what? Because shoot, I think what they gave him like about a lifetime ban or some mess like that. Or just I wouldn't even want to work with Atlanta anyway if I was Danny. I'd just be like, nah, I ain't not gonna take that opportunity.
They need to go make up.
What is he doing? He back in some type of, I can't remember. Don't quote me. He back in some form of basketball. I can't remember if it's NBA or not. Don't quote me. That's crazy, bro. We send the TV guy. The TV guy's telling us we gonna spend the money.
The TV guy. That's what I'm saying, bro. We don't trust you. That's what I'm saying. We don't trust you. How can we? We've been hearing the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. What is insanity, y'all?
Hey, speaking of
the same thing over and over.
Speaking
of it to work.
92-90 game, I see Mr. Carl Dukes over there. He kind of lighting up on Trey, man, since he started working doing on post game shows.
I mean, you know, it's
part of the machine.
I mean, he did have to be a part of a few of those games. Yeah, definitely seen Dukes at some of the games, and you know, you get a closer. I feel like you get a closer look. The closer you get to the game, you get to see different things you possibly wouldn't see on TV, different angles,
right?
Because it definitely matters. Seeing it in person definitely matters over just seeing it on TV or just clips and stuff like that. It really does. And hey man, they saying they like the hypothetical ideas, and I know they were saying about, you know, Danny Ferry being a racist. It's a lot that goes, a lot of layers that goes with that whole thing back then. I know.
Yeah, we don't know the whole story. Trust me.
I can't.
We just know what we seen in the media.
Exactly.
There's more to it. Trust me.
You know what's crazy? They didn't fire the guy who wrote it. That's crazy to me. The guy who wrote it and gave it to Ferry from the Cavs, they did. Holy crap! Guess what?
It was a setup.
Guess what?
And what's that?
You want to hear something crazy? This is how crazy our franchise is. The dude who wrote that and gave it to Ferry, he worked for the Hawks. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
He worked for the Hawks now. He's an advisor to Landry Fields. That's crazy, right? The dude who wrote the stuff about the player and gave it to Ferry. That's crazy, man. Atlanta Hawks, bro, I tell you.
Yep, man. And then we also, I feel like we could have had Giannis, man, and we didn't even. We definitely, I think like we kind of fumbled that back then too. I know we kind of getting off topic and kind of going back over spilled milk, but it's just, since we're just talking about different things that just going on with this organization, it's crazy, y'all. It is absolutely crazy. But that goes back, bringing it back around the draft to why we have this year to where we could make moves and improve this team. And trading the draft pick also isn't one of those moves that needs to happen.
Oh no!
I'm like, again, if I do that, I need a haul. That's what I'm saying, and I'm talking about crazy numbers too. I need a haul. I'm not gonna be the one getting fleeced. I gotta be the one doing the fleecing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if not,
I mean, that means you trade Trey Young. You traded Trey Young because,
bro, and I need a haul.
You would trade. The only way you would trade that number one pick is if Trey Young came to you in your office and said, "Hey, I need a win now player right now this year." I mean, that's it.
Yeah, but really, who out there you gonna get as a win now player?
That's the thing. There's no one there. And since the media and the scouts are saying the draft is weak, they devalue that number one overall pick. So if this was a Wemby or a Zion draft, you almost probably could get LeBron James with that pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, since they killing the
or
draft,
you can go to Phoenix and get one of those stars.
Yeah, I mean, since they killing the value of the draft now, they saying the number. I read the article that said the number one pick is like picking Tobias Harris. Like seriously. Like,
yeah, I've seen that, and I also seen that they're saying if this draft was combined with last year, that the number one pick would start around pick number 8. So 7 players would be better than the number one pick in this year's draft. So they're definitely devaluing it.
Yeah, and I read that article. You know what I thought? That's not bad because Steph Curry was the 7th overall pick.
That he was.
He got passed over for Flynn.
I think it's Steph Curry career 7 or 8. Shoot, while you're playing. But man, we got this is a major. I'm saying this also. These moves gonna tell you everything. You trade for BI. That means the owner gonna spend money because you gotta extend them. You run it back with Murray and train the backcourt. What's that tell you? Oh, yeah, they're not trying to do nothing. I mean, we gonna see when these
sell on the amenities of the arena. You know, that club we got down in there. You know, y'all ain't been to that club yet. Y'all ain't been to the club yet. Oh yeah, man, you got.
You know what's so bad, man? Hey, Ticket told me. He said
at the gas station. At the gas station, no.
Ticket say. I said, man, where everybody at? Ticket like, nah, they in the club doing the game, man. We was getting blown out by the Pacers.
Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's not even fully about basketball, fellas. we're getting blown out, and people are in the club drinking up, eating up. And I'm not saying you know, so you have the every right to do that, especially if it comes with your ticket. But it's going back to the point about making money. People not even focusing on basketball. Oh, well, they losing, so I'm gonna just drink all the pain away, or I'm gonna spend money on the food and all that good stuff, the good service, and let people like bring it to me and all that goodness.
Don't forget
I think that's kind of how everywhere is going though. It's like every sport now.
It is. It is.
They're making it like entertainment venues, especially like the one they proposed in LA. I think it was a football stadium. Even the new Chicago one. It's no longer about the game. We're trying to bring in a whole new crowd.
Because they could probably profit more money off all of that than the net that they make paying good talent.
Shout out to the Dixon Way, man. Dixon Way coming in here, man. But make sure y'all check them out as well on YouTube.
All I'm saying is we never win. So I mean, at least a team like the Lakers, the Celtics, they could say, okay, well, they got that their resume is crazy. But we like their history is crazy. So they could pull something like that off. But I mean, I don't know, because their fans are different from us. Like you said, we get blown out and have the people in the club. The Celtics and Lakers lose, those fans are booing. Knicks fans booing.
I'm talking about ready to throw stuff at them. They dogging them out.
Yeah.
I don't seen podcasts where the Celtics was losing and then they came back and won by a few points and then they still getting dogged by their franchise. The fans, their
expectations is different from ours. That's why I be trying to tell people.
If you look at
championship,
Philadelphia Eagles is the perfect example of how the fans done changed the atmosphere. Them fans was booing like crazy just 10 years ago. Then 5 years after that, you win the Super Bowl. So I mean, it's up to us. Like you got to hit their pockets, man. If you hit them pockets, they ain't got no choice but to turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile in Atlanta, as long as we get that free Chick-fil-A in the fourth quarter, people go home happy.
And by the way, you get the Chick-fil-A regardless. I'm just gonna play spoiler here. You get the Chick-fil-A regardless if they miss the free throws or not. So I'm sorry I'm exposing stuff out here, but I'm just saying I think everybody kind of knew that anyway. If you're going to the arena. So I'm just saying, like all this clapping, all this stuff like that, you're gonna get it regardless.
That's all for nothing. I did not know that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I hope I ain't just.
Hey, Chris, can you slide down to that last comment by Cedric Thomas? This is what I've been saying for the last 3 years. If Luka somehow wins a championship before Trae Young, we gonna get dogs. And I said it myself, and I say it again. And I know this Chris platform, but I got to see it.
Oh no, do your thing.
The reason why they traded Luka is because they knew he wasn't gonna get the same supporters tree. Let's keep it real. So now it looks kind of foolish because we talk about a guy that can play the 1, the 2, or the 3, or the 4 in a small lineup versus a guy who's just a point guard against a guy that's 6'8", can pass the ball, can shoot the ball, can rebound, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna just keep it at that. But trust me, I can go more in depth to that, but I'm not.
Hey, I definitely. Anybody else want to piggyback off of that or have anything they want to say about that?
I'll say that the Mavs don't go out there and get Gafford and PJ Washington, they probably still wouldn't be playing. I think they've been a lot more aggressive than. Which, I mean, I wouldn't want the Hawks to do that this year because I just don't think they had enough. Well, at the time, I would have loved Gafford, PJ Washington. I would have loved them to do anything, go get somebody. But hopefully they had a plan and are doing it in the offseason now. But they definitely are the reason, not all of the reasons Luka, Kyrie are great, but they are a huge reason that the Mavs are able to get this far. If they didn't sign them or pick them up, trade for them, it'd be a completely different story.
Indeed.
And like Demond said, the Hawks are all about the bottom line. But Mark Cuban is about the dollar signs. He can go out and get a Kyrie Irving. He can go out and get a Luka Doncic. And like you said with Washington and a Gafford, he knows how to make those moves that's risky, but he know they're going to pay off in the end. And that's how you have to build a team. It's risk versus reward. And that's with football, basketball, baseball, anything. It's going to always be risk versus reward. You got to take that chance. If it works, oh, well, we'll deal with it. If it doesn't work, oh, here we go again. So I mean,
Right.
like we always say, if you don't take that chance, how you ever gonna know?
Yeah, indeed. Definitely gotta take some chances, and you definitely gotta spend some money. I think
The Hawks
you have to
never-
spend some money.
The Hawks,
Bro, I'm just saying, bro. Look at the top teams, bro. I'm just saying. I'm like, call me crazy, but I'm thinking like all the teams that are still in the playoffs, like they're not under the luxury tax.
mm-mm.
I'm not.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Look
So
at the Pacers. They made a daring move for Siakam. And
indeed,
look how it paid off for them.
They about to max him out. Celtics
Right.
already running with Jaylen Brown already making $300 million.
Mhm. Tatum's getting
Minnesota
paid.
over the cap. I mean, they got hella Gobert on max money. They Cat on max money. He got an extension that started next year at 60 million, almost 60 million.
And you still got to take care, of course, Anthony Edwards.
Ant-Man.
Shout out to Ant-Man,
Yeah.
Georgia.
And don't forget their role players. Their role players are not like the cheap. Now you could say like a Mike Conley type player. He's probably your vet minimum type guy, but he's playing it because he wants the championship.
Right.
Yeah, he don't
what
rob
about
other people his
Walker,
lifetime.
his value is going up just from playing defense alone.
Look at Nas Reed. He just got a new deal. I mean,
Yes.
I tell people you gotta pay to play. Now, I'm not saying if we pay money, we're gonna be a contender. I'm not saying that because you still gotta pay for the right players. Right. If you spend money, you still gotta spend it correctly. Somebody tried to tell me that, and I love John Collins, but extending John Collins was Tony Wrestler spending money.
mistake.
I'm like, no, it's not. You got to spend money on the right guys, man. You feel me? But listen, man, bro, like I said, I'm going to know everything I need to know when they start making these moves this offseason. What direction we going? And is this dude trying to win for real? You know, another little birdie told me he really wants us to start winning next year. What's that? 26.
Oh, I say 26.
When they open the little project he got going on, what's the thing called? The Gulch that he working on. He kind of want all us winning and all that all at once. You know what I'm saying? So like this dude is about business, bro. His son is I'm gonna be quiet. Bro. I'm gonna be quiet.
But hey, man, I was about to say, why you gonna be quiet now? You were just
man,
give
I don't want to get
us
so
in the
bad.
crowd some
I just
juicy
say anything on my
details, man.
show. I don't be caring. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. You know, I just say anything on my show. But man, listen, bro.
Man.
Look at in order to be look at your championship organization, stable front office, stable ownership.
Right.
I don't even know who owned the Celtics. Right. You don't never hear, hey, the Celtics, the ownership of the Celtics is interfering. You never hear that. Miami,
they have structure.
Miami, who do a lot with less. You don't see the owner interfering with Pat Riley, the president of basketball, making the G calls. We have who's the president of basketball? Landry Fields. Are we for real right now? Are we serious?
I'm gonna pick up on your point that if you think back to last year, all the teams that were in the playoffs, whatever they made it to, they go into the offseason and they get better. They were already in the playoffs. As a Hawks fan, we're in the playoffs, man. We're gonna be happy. We're eating good. We're gonna be happy. But they're in the playoffs. It's not enough. They go get better. Even the best teams, the Celtics, they went out and got Porzingis. The best teams, they go get better. And the Nuggets didn't really do that. And now they're at home.
Right. They're definitely at home. But to
they
your
got
point,
worse.
I bet you they try to make moves though. Even though really,
well, you know what?
I gotta take a look at their salary cap again.
They're a second apron team.
Yeah.
That's why they had to let that's why they let Bruce Brown leave last year.
Yeah.
And that hurt them too, by the way.
They got four dudes almost on max money. Jokic, max money. Murray, max. Michael Porter Jr., max money. And I think Aaron Gordon, I think he close to a max.
He's due for an extension, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, he gone though.
He for an extension. and they want to keep him though. I've been here seeing something about MPJ possibly a trade target, but that's what I'm saying too. Is that it's a gift and a curse with it. But at the end of the day, would you rather be in the Hawks situation right now or the Nuggets situation right now?
I'll be in a Buck situation.
Right.
I'll be in the
Miami Heat.
I'll
Yeah.
be. You know why I will be in a situation? A1, like I was telling the young boys last night in that space.
Right. Oh, dang it! Just when he was about to give us the totals.
Decade or 20 years of losing for one championship. I froze. My bad. Basketball gods, they own me tonight. But you know why? Because I've already suffered for 40 years, and I ain't even seen a finals.
Saying ain't seen the finals, bro.
You think I won't suffer another?
We haven't seen it.
Do you know what would happen? Whoever is the star player who bring a championship here, they won't pay for nothing in probably the whole state of Georgia.
In Atlanta, they won't,
They
and
will
they'll
be
be sitting right there next to Dominique.
Somebody gonna put a mural up.
They might
right there next to Dominique.
They might get you
whoever
free
it is
for life.
I would
they might
take
not pay no bills.
Yeah, I would take their situation. They the money's messed up, but guess what? They got a championship. That's one, and they best
They still got their star player.
They still gonna have Jokic and Murray. That's still a good situation.
They got their core pieces.
Yeah,
they still going to be able to keep their core pieces. They just going to have to change the role players.
Yeah,
we already know the Nuggets.
We over here arguing about keeping Hunter or Conwoo. Hey, we ain't done nothing. We ain't won nothing. Like they some all-stars or something.
That's what I'm saying. Whose situation would you rather have? Like, I'd rather be in a championship situation. And by the way, you also got to look at this. Let me throw in this little tad bit. The same guy who constructed the Denver Nuggets is the same guy that constructed the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Facts.
Ain't that some ish?
That's incredible.
He good at what he do, man. You can't be mad at that. He good.
There are guys that can do their job out there. What you were saying, Joe?
Saying, gee, slayed his own dragon, man. That's unlike anything I've seen. It's incredible.
Yep, I like that, man. He slayed his own dragon because he definitely constructed that team, and then he went and constructed a team that can beat the team he just constructed.
Yeah,
that's how you make moves. Gosh, that's some leadership there.
One thing I want Hawks fans to understand: you got to let a guy develop. They got Giannis when he was 17, 18. Look at what he's doing now. Jokic was in Denver when he was 19, 20. So they let those guys stick around. They developed those guys and built around those guys. So now it's time for us to get a big man just like that, build around him the right way, and maybe down the line we could be talking about a championship. Because guess what? In the NBA, you're gonna have to have a big man to win a ring. There's no way around it. No way around it. The last team to win a ring without a center, probably them 2004 Pistons. And that's been a long time ago. 20 years to be exact.
20 years.
So think about that.
I mean, I don't think the Celtics run the Porzingis at center. So I guess he qualified because he's 7 feet.
Yeah, he's 7'3".
Yeah,
but he can stretch the floor. He can stretch the floor so well.
There you go.
They got Al Horford too.
And who are the Celtics?
Yeah, and they got Horford still. Bro, can you? It's ain't it crazy that Al Horford is still producing in the NBA?
It show you what type of player he is, man. It show you what type of player he is. See, he adapted his game, unlike Clint Capella, who played the same exact way from when he was a Rocket, who added nothing to his game, zero, zilch. Al Horford went from a power forward to a stretch four, and the dude shot like 47% from three last year. That's crazy.
Facts.
Like he's an elite 3-point shooter by the numbers.
Yeah.
Man, absolutely crazy, fellas. Man, I know right now this has been a great live, man. We had over almost 250 people at one time coming in, checking in this Hawks Talk. And I just like to thank every last. Yeah, man. Shout out to the people for coming in.
Salute to the chat.
Everyone's opinion. You know, say salute to the chat. Salute to Damon. We talk Hawks TV. We also have Joe Smith of Peachtree Hoops, of course.
Salute to Joe.
Smitty 10K. Y'all already know who that is.
Salute
and everything. And just coming on to A1 Forever. Yes, sir. Just coming on to the platform and sharing some thoughts, man. And we definitely going to have to do this again. We will. It's going to still be an exciting offseason to see what these Atlanta Hawks are doing. This is just pretty much you can say kind of like a rough draft right here, that we definitely going to have more lives and more conversations. So fellas, again, I salute to each and every one of you guys. I salute to each and every one in the chat, because I value opinions and I love everybody's opinion, whether it agrees with me or don't. I'm not going to belittle anyone's opinion, and that's not what this platform is about. So salute to everybody in the chat, and rise up content creators. I see some of the content creators in the chat as well, and some of the people who are coming from different platforms. So again, just salute to you guys, because without you guys, there is no us. You know, so indeed, man. So until next time, peace and blessings to you guys, man. Be generational, because it's always time to be. Don't you settle for less, because you can always have more with the vision. And please, by all means, if you haven't already, find your peace today. Positive energy always creates elevation. So make sure you find your peace today. Yes, sir, man. Until next time, guys, peace and blessings to you. We will holler.